Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wannan shine video namu na 42 a cikin wannan series da muke mai suna Koyi CSS. Kamar yadda na faɗa, insha Allah zai bayani akan CSS tun daga farko har zuwa gwargwado abin da ya kamata a ce mutum ya sani a ciki. Idan ba za ku manta ba, video namu na ƙarshe mun yi bayani akan align items, yadda za ka align na items when you use flex display. Yau insha Allah abinda za mu yi bayani kai, za mu yi bayani akan background image. Background image shine abinda za mu yi cikin wannan video insha Allah. Mi background image yake yi, abinda yake yi shine instead of mu ga white screen da muke aiki da shi, for example, ko kuma rubutun mu ya kasance kawai saman page namu fari kamar yadda muke gani. So we create background image for that particular text. That means duk rubutun da za a yi, rubutun zai kasance saman wannan background image inda muka sa. Da haka background image in zai canza muna yadda muke kallon page namu. So this is what this background image is all about. So first of all, let me show you something now. I can just say, for example, mun yi background color in ba za ku manta ba. Lokacin da muke background color muna amfani da ita mu canza color na tag namu, background color na particular something. For example, now if I said I create just a H1 and I write Hamad Technologies. Now if I see, idan na refresh, za ku ga cewa ai ba wani background color, is just like this kamar yadda muke gani a haka. So now mu yi background color da ku. So let me just show you something before I did the background image. Now if I say background dash color, now if I put red, for example, I see the background color will be now what? It will be red. So I can even I can increase the height of the background color. I can say height, for example, 500 pixels, or let me say 600 pixel height of the what? Of the background color. So now this is how it will increase. So that means this particular text of Hamad Technologies, whatever I did in it, if I make it, for example, center, I align it, I did everything, it will remain inside this background color that we did. So this is what we have done. And you know that even if I didn't put this, for example, let me just delete this background color, let me copy it. If I remove this and I put background color inside body, for example, I just call the body, so the entire website will take the background color of what? Of red. So I don't need to create background color for my what? My single tag like this. So it means this tag now is inside the background color of the page, which is what? Red now, since the default background color is white, but now we change it to red. So let me show you these two examples using background image. So the background image and color, the only thing you need to change is to change this and put image. Then let's delete the color. So now let's start putting the background image for the entire page, that is for the entire body of the website. So I'm going to say, for example, background image, the first thing you are going to write is to write URL. That is the location where the background image is stored, either on your system or somewhere else on the internet. So this URL, that is the uniform resource locator of the image, you are going to put parentheses, or you can call it bracket as we normally call it, munachimusu bracket cover. So inside this bracket that I creating, say creating single quote, not double quote, single quote, and just write the name of the image. You know how to insert image. Maybe the image is ahmad.jpg or someone.jpg or .png. Just put whatever it is with the extension of it. So I already have an image inside my folder which I call a1.jpg. That's the name of the image. So now if I come and refresh, you will see this image inside my entire website. This is the image now. I cannot scroll, and this is how the image will look like inside the website. It means I put this background image on my website. So whatever I write, whatever I put, whatever I did inside this particular page, it will take the background image of this picture that I put. So now you know there is H1 also. Let me just turn it the color to white. Let me turn the color of this H1 to white so that you will see it dake. There is this H1 is white. You see, this is the H1 here. So I can change the height, the everything, center it, and everything, do whatever I want inside this particular background image. Then I change my page in Docker. So now I can change this background image, come back to our HTML, and create a div in between this H1. We can say div, like as you can see it here. Then I will remove this and close the div like this. So we put this H1 inside a div now. Then I will create IDO class for this div. Let me just call it image for this div. So now if I put this, I use this ID and I put background image, the background image will take the effect of this, of anything that is under this particular div. So let me save it here. Then I can select the div. So I can say image, then I paste my background image URL like this. So we already have our H1 like this. So I will see. So now if I come back and refresh, this div only has the width and height of the H1 that is inside it. So now if I refresh, you will see this is the image now under the H1 that we created. If I come back to my HTML and I create another H1, let me duplicate this H1 like 5 times. H1 already is a block element. It will create a block of itself. So now if I refresh now, the image will widen again. If I refresh, image in the element the image in. So this is what this image did, what this background image did. But you don't need to do that in order for it to you don't need to do that. Just save it now. As you can see it now, if I refresh, this is what we have. So we are going to increase the height. Let's just put height like we did with background image. Let me just say 600 pixel. That's the height of this background image that we put. Okay, sorry, I'll put this semicolon here like this. So now if we refresh, it will give us background image. But this background image is only limited to this particular div that we created. This particular div that we created. So now we can create another div. For example, now I can copy this div. I can come here, then I can change this. For example, inside this div, I can just create P. So what will I put? I will just put, let me just keep it. Okay, sorry, I can't do this. I can't do this. So inside this div, maybe I'll just keep writing Hamad Technologies. Like this. So that it's supposed to be text. So I'll just copy this text. How can I duplicate this text? I'm supposed to have text there. Sorry, I'm supposed to have text there. So but since this is how it is, don't worry about this. So now I'm just trying to create this again for you. So I'll just come, and I already have this image. It's going to take the same background, but I will change the, okay, let me change the ID. Sorry, let me change the ID. I'll call this ID para. That example of paragraph, just paragraph like this. So now I will just come here, then I will say ID para. I will say background dash image, then I will say URL. Then inside this single quote, I will say I have image that I call AI. So like this, I'll put this image AI.jpg like this, and I'll put semicolon. Then for height, I will put 600 pixel. Then I will come and select the P. So I'll say P. I'll change the color, the text color to white, like this. So let's see what will happen. Now if I refresh, you see I have 2 background image. I have one for this div and I have one for this one. So you see I created this background image on itself separately with different div, and I create this background image different div again. So this is how you create background image inside HTML. And if you want to do this, you have you can practice this, inshallah, because we will continue talking about background color. There are many attributes related to background image, inshallah. We'll cover in this series when things that has to do with image background position, the size, the color and other things. Inshallah, we are going to cover that, inshallah, in this video. Da fatar Allah ka samu dace. Nan za mu tsaya yanzu sai ku yi practicing. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.